Hi, I'm Marcus and I drive an RX-8. It's a Series 2, sometimes called the facelift RX-8. I named it Chloe. That's because I was supposed to have 2 daughters, but my wife said after the first one, that's enough. And I was supposed to name the second daughter, and I wanted to name that daughter Chloe. So when I asked her, how about the name Chloe? I haven't used it yet. She said, figure it out yourself. So here we go. When I first saw the RX-8, it was in a video game. The car itself actually wasn't the fastest car in the game per se. It was, I think, somewhere around mid-level. But when I read more about the car afterwards, that it uses an engine that's the displacement is only 1.3 liters. So how does a 1.3 liter car like that keep up with other sports car around its level, and about the horsepower that it's able to produce? So that was really interesting for me. I really love uniqueness and innovation, and you can't get a more unique or innovative engine than a rotary. What's unique about this car is that, firstly, there are no pistons in this car, there are no cams. Second, the high revs for a car, usually it will damage a piston engine, but not for a rotary. In fact, the high revs are actually beneficial for the car. People say you clear carbon. Mazda, they really took the path least travelled and they somehow made it work. And that's really impressive to me. What made me even more interested in this car is that it has the look of a sports coupe, and yet it can seat 4 people comfortably and still have 50-50 balancing. So that to me is quite an accomplishment. When it comes to attention, right? People like to rev the engine, make it pop to what they say breaknecks, make people turn their heads. For RX-8, all you need to do is open the doors. When the door opens fully, people will be like, did that car door just open backwards? That's insane. So that's what I really like about this car. When it comes to handling, the RX-8 is like a cheat code. I'm not just saying this because I'm the owner of this car, so I'm biased, right? James May from Top Gear said it best. He said the car is like a punching bag because you can throw whatever you want at it and the car stays on top of the situation. Even if you deliberately point it wrong, you correct it, it's just as simple as pointing it wherever you want to go. When you take an RX-8 through the bends at a high RPM, that's when the soul of the car is really showing through. And once you have done that in an RX-8, you'll wonder why you drive anything else. Just after my graduation in 2008, so that was around the time of the Lehman Brothers collapse. During that period, my family's income dropped to near zero, and it got to a point where we didn't have a roof over our heads. Relatives had to take us in, and myself, it was really bad job market. I couldn't find anything. So as a fresh grad, I found myself ladling soup in restaurants for a couple of bucks an hour. I could hardly even cover taking the MRT was working the first hour free, and then the last hour also working free because I had to take the MRT home again. And I have like $45,000 of student loans to repay. So that was really insane. And just when I thought I was out of the woods, having found my first regular job, that first job was in the Benoi sector, and my relative's home was in Pasir Ris. So not very fond memories of the commute. I would have to wake up at 4 in the morning to catch the company bus at 4:30. So when I left the house, there was no sun in the sky. And by the time I got home from work, it would be around 9 p.m. as well. I think that when people look at me driving a car and they think, wow, just like that, but they don't see the build-up to this stage in life. And of course, I don't hope that people go through this experience, but understand that for most of us who have achieved the finer things in life, that we really went through a lot to get it. I think the most valuable lesson that I've learned is when an opportunity comes your way, really grab a hold of it and give it your all. I have wasted opportunities before by not treasuring them or taking things for granted. So when someone comes to you and they're earnest to see you grow and they want to help you succeed, part of your life journey will be learning to identify who's sincere in that and who's not. But when you do find someone who wants to be your mentor, really appreciate their efforts and really grab that opportunity that they give to you.